Chapter 229. Emma didn't want to shake Jake's hand, but since he had offered it, it would be rude to refuse him. Thus, she pursed her lips and extended her hand reluctantly. Just as Jake was silently thrilled and was about to grab Emma's fair hand, suddenly, a large hand came out of nowhere and grabbed his hand firmly. Jake was stunned for a moment. Looking up angrily, he growled, "What the hell? Who are you?" Emma lifted her gaze as well and was a little dazed at what she saw. "Alex. When did you come?" She then quickly turned to Jake and explained, "He is my husband." Jake's face turned gloomy as if a dark cloud hovered above his head when he heard the word husband. "I just arrived." Alex smiled at Emma and then turned to Jake, pretending not to see the change of his expression, and then said, "You are Jake Diesel, aren't you? The boss of Kotuk Enterprise?" Jake said in a sullen tone, "Yes, that's me." "So what?" "Nothing. It's just that you're quite a lecherous, dirty old man." Alex nodded and intentionally lengthened his tone. Agitated, Jake tried to withdraw his hand, but Alex grabbed onto him like a pair of iron tongs that made it impossible for him to break free. Jake hissed as his palm hurt more and more, and he felt as though his bones were about to break. "Hey, let go of my hand. It's very painful." Emma knew that Alex was very strong, and so, she urged, "Alex, let go." Alex finally released his grip and glanced at Jake with an ambiguous smile. Jake's face was twisted in a painful grimace. He glared at Alex angrily before turning to Emma and saying, "Tell your husband to go home. I'm not used to discussing business matters in front of outsiders." Emma paused for a short moment and said, "Alex is my husband. He knows about my plan, he's not an outsider. But still, I'm not used to talking about such an important agenda in front of a third party." Jake glared at him, wanting him to disappear right then and there. Besides, he wouldn't understand what we're talking about anyway. Emma whispered to Alex softly, "Why don't you go home first? I'm here for official business." "It's okay, I'll wait," Alex said and sat down next to Emma. Jake grit his teeth in fury as he watched Alex sitting close to Emma, his arm rubbing against her delicate body. He was very frustrated that he had almost gotten his hands on Emma but failed. He snorted in dismay. "You're the live-in son-in-law of the Richard family, aren't you? Do you know how infamous you are in Oris Hill? Emma is working hard to support the family. We're discussing our potential collaboration. Please don't be a bother and get out of our way." Jake's tone was very rude and direct because he had no respect for Alex whatsoever, and he wanted to send him away as soon as possible. Most of the people in the social circle knew about the deadbeat son-in-law of the Richard family. Jake lamented that a magnificent beauty like Emma was married to a moocher. Alex, on the other hand, frowned at the annoying tone and glanced at Jake coldly. "Emma? Were they on the first-name basis now? She was not your wife, bastard." Jake stared at Alex in disdain and said, "Alex, if you are a man, don't bother Emma. Can you help her? Do you have the money for her company? Can you get her a contract for architectural drawings? If you can't, I suggest that you go and get a job. You can be a deliver man or even a security guard. Don't stay at home all day long and be suspicious of your wife like a miserable loser husband."